Valley Connection is brought to you by RPS Video Productions.
Welcome to this month's edition of the Valley Connection, a monthly show designed to keep you informed of our Valley's issues, concerns, and events. I'm Nancy Lopez.
And I'm Cesaria Hernandez. And welcome summer.
Yeah, it is so hot out there, isn't it? I knew it was coming.
Nancy, that's why we live here in Southern California, to enjoy the sun.
Okay, keep reminding me. Okay. Hey, we have a great show planned for you this month. We have a lot of things we're going to be sharing with you, and we're going to start off with the Hemet Joslyn Lawn Bowl Club. Now, there's a mouthful, Cesaria. It's a fun group. Can't wait to share it with you.
And you know what, Nancy? I got to do something just a little bit cooler. I was out with the Riverside Astronomical Society. Now, they do stargazing events all over the place here in Southern California, but this one was right out at our own Western Center. And boy, what a fun and cool evening.
Yeah. Emphasize the word cool.
Cool, exactly.
Well, Cesaria, as you know, we have a lot of volunteers in our valley, and we're going to have a new segment where we spotlight some of the volunteers in our area.
We really do have a great spirit of volunteerism here in our valley, and a lot of great folks out there. And I understand that you got to speak with Mr. Toby Mort.
Oh, my good friend Toby, yes. I got to have him on, and we're going to talk about a little bit about the economy and where we are and some planning for retirement.
Oh, well, we've got a great show coming up, so you stay tuned. We're going to be right back with all of that and much, much more.
Hi, I'm Roger Schultz, Superintendent President of Mount San Jacinto College. I invite you to look at the programs and services MSJC has to offer the businesses and residents of our 1,700 square mile district. As your community college, we are familiar with the business needs of our communities. We have developed programs tailored to our unique region, helping students become qualified for the jobs you're trying to fill, enhancing current job skills to maintain productivity, and providing employers with a pool of qualified job seekers. MSJC provides the education your staff members need to remain qualified in their jobs or to take their education to the next level through our transfer programs to a four-year university. We offer cutting-edge training with an eye towards the latest trends and technologies to help your business remain competitive and relevant during these dynamic times. Come see what Mount San Jacinto College has to offer you.
Welcome back. Now, Nancy, we are going to head out to the Gibbel Park. Now, you know, we're all used to normal bowling with the lanes and the balls and everything, but have you ever tried bowling on grass?
Yeah? Yeah. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Lawn bowls, the main attraction of lawn bowls is the competitive spirit that it creates, the wonderful environment in which you play, and the making of friends. It's a very friendly sport, it's dignified, we respect all people regardless of their ability at the game. It's highly skillful, and you need to concentrate and build up a rhythm to deliver your bowl. The purpose of lawn bowls is to get your bowl nearest the white ball, which is called the jack. And the team that gets the most numbers around that jack wins that particular head. Each motion from one end to the other is called a head, and you play approximately minimum of 12 to 14 heads depending on the rules of the local club. The bowl itself is not a straight running bowl like 10-pin bowling, it curves. So you have a challenge in the line you take down the green towards the jack and taking into account the curving nature of your particular bowl. The bowl itself can vary in, according to the make, from the weight, and the weight is put on the inside of the bowl. So if you're bowling forehand, you would have the weight on the inside to your left. If you're bowling the backhand, you'd have the weight the opposite side, that is on your right-hand side. And you let the bowl do the work. You aim approximately 2/3 down the green, in the line that you want to take, to reach that particular point, and the bowl itself does the work thereafter. The greens themselves vary in speeds. That means that a green running at 12 is a very slow green, 12 seconds from end to end. A fast green is 22, 23, which is typical of New Zealand greens. The American greens so far run around about anything from 14 to about 18, which is a nice speed to play at. The speed indicates that it takes, the faster the green, the more you let the bowl float in. The slower the green, the more you narrow your line of delivery. It's very similar to putting on a golf course. You have to know the lie of the green, you have to know how it's cut, you need to look at the shape of the green, which is, in this particular game of lawn bowling, is flat, but the grass itself, depending on how the greenkeeper's cut it, will have a big influence on how you deliver your bowl. So your first few ends are always challenging. Thereafter, you get the measure of how you will play your bowl. We always encourage spectators to come and join us to watch the sport of lawn bowls, whether it be competitive or just a club game. And one always holds out the hope that you can come and join us and participate in bowls. Bowls itself is very friendly to blind bowlers and to disabled bowlers, and there are international competitions as well as domestic competitions catering for that type of bowling. It's specialised and it has its own unique rules. If anyone wants to join the club, bowling is on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. In winter, it's at lunchtime, 1 o'clock. In summer, it's in the evening at 6 o'clock, which is played under lights. In winter again, we have Saturday lawn bowls, which is again in the morning. If you wish to join, come down any of those nights and ask any member who will introduce you to the right person, and you'll spend 6 sessions. It doesn't matter how long those sessions are, just learning the principles of delivering and some of the rules of the game to get you onto the green as fast as possible, so that you can play amongst other people and build the camaraderie that you would expect the sport to generate.
Hi, I'm Phil, a technician that hates acting, but as they say, it's not just about me.
It's about our ASE certified master technicians, Ed Garcia and Steve Maldonado. It's about our hybrid battery rebuilder, Marco Sarvaio. It's about our friendly and helpful service advisors, Dan and Brian. It's about our Auto Club approved service. Check out our website for more at philsautoonline.com. Phil's Auto Clinic, where caring makes the difference.
Welcome back. Now, Nancy, we're going to head out to the Western Science Center, and I got to spend some time with the Riverside Astronomical Society, and this was a very cool evening, which is something we'd all appreciate right now, but boy, getting out there and seeing the stars, what an evening.
Lower down just a little bit.
I'm out here at the Western Center for Archaeology and Paleontology, and tonight it is also the center for astronomy buffs. So let's take our camera and go take a peek. We can't keep the lights on too long because we'll disturb them, but let's take a look at what they're looking at. Joining me now is Alex McConaughey, the president, is that correct? The president of the Riverside Astronomical Society. And Alex, wow, what a great turnout tonight. Is this your usual crowd?
Well, actually, the last time we were here, we had about 300 or 400 people coming out. But with the clouds, there's a little bit of clouds up in the sky today. It kind of probably drove them off. But we do 3 or 4 times a month. We come out and do something like this, and we'll take over like Barnes and Noble over at Tyler Mall, or Borders up at the Central Mall in Riverside there. So we do this, and we go to elementary schools, Boy Scout troops, anything, you know, any place that they want us to show off the stars, we'll go. All they got to do is get in touch with us.
Well, you guys have got some great telescopes and equipment and everything out here, but this is really a family-friendly event now then, isn't it?
Sure, yeah, we work really hard at getting people to come out and do this kind of stuff. We invite them to come camping with us. We've got 10 acres out in Landers, California, out above Yucca Valley there, and we ask them to come out and come camping with us. We've got, I mean, you said these are really nice telescopes. These are actually our little baby telescopes that we can put in the back of the car and carry around. We've got lots of big telescopes out in Landers that are always out there, and on a night like tonight, we would have 30 or 40 telescopes like this, maybe 50 people, as many as that, staying overnight. We have a big barbecue and everything, and people are welcome to come on out and enjoy what we're doing. We've got a website that people can get a hold of us if they want to, ribastro.org, RIBASTRO.org, and they can come on out and get in touch with us. If you're a teacher and you want us to come out and bring a half dozen telescopes and show off the stars, just hit the website and follow the links to outreaches, and we'll be there. We'll show up. There's people looking through Saturn and its rings tonight, and the moon. Even through the clouds, you can see that stuff, and it's really, really, really kind of nice.
Now, what do you really hope that people get out of this?
I hope the same thing happens to them that happened to me when I was just a little kid, maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, and my daddy took me to Griffith Observatory, and I looked through a telescope there, and believe me, ever since then, I've known that the world's a lot bigger than just our little part of it right here. There's lots of things to see, there's lots of things to wonder about, there's lots of things to learn and do, and it gives you a real sense of belonging to something, and that's what I hope they get out of it.
Now, I've seen that at a lot of the telescopes here, you have instructors that are kind of giving some overview as to different things.
We got junkies. We're junkies. We're outreach junkies. We like grabbing people and saying, hey, look, if we were at the malls tonight, well, this is the first quarter moon, which is a good time to be at the malls, there'd be people just going to see whatever the latest movie is, and they'd be walking by these telescopes, and we would grab them nicely. We'd grab them and say, hey, look at the moon, or hey, look at Saturn, or look at the moons of Saturn even, or double stars, or all sorts of cool things that there are up there, and that's what we'd be doing.
Now, when are you going to be back out here at the Western Center?
I understand that we'll be back out here on August 29th, and that's going to be an all-day thing, and what's really cool about all-day things is that we're not only here at the night where you get to look at the moon and all that other stuff, but we're going to bring out our solar scopes, and if there are any sunspots, you'll be able to see them, and they're like little spots on the sun. They're little storms, but they're bigger than the Earth, and so you get to see that. And then we've got these special telescopes that only let in certain color of light, and that certain color of light is such that you can actually see the prominences, the flames, like they were coming off the side of the sun, and that's really cool to see. And people look at it and they go, oh, look at that. And these things are like 10 times the size of the Earth, and they're just flames coming off the little side of the side, and you can watch them change during the day because they come out further, and then they fall back into the sun. So we'll be out here August 29th with the whole crew of people doing that.
Well, it's just wonderful that you guys share your enthusiasm with so many people. And folks, get out here and see some of these things. Go to their website, check out their schedule, and look at all the beautiful stars that are up there in that sky. We're going to be right back with more of the Valley Connection right after this.
Welcome to the Patio Plaza, home of the City of San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce. We offer a wide variety of businesses, organizations, and a restaurant to serve you. The Patio Plaza has been locally owned and operated since 1976, centrally located between Menlo and Esplanade, amongst a garden setting. Enjoy the experience of the Patio Plaza.
And welcome back. Cesaria, I was out recently to the West Valley High School Relay for Life, and this is a great event that they have every year. Do you know 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with cancer during their lifetime? The funds raised at Relay saves lives by funding cutting-edge cancer research, early detection, and prevention education, advocacy efforts, and life-affirming patient services. They have a special event at night called the Luminary Ceremony, and it's a time of dedication and reflection. Each luminary is a tribute to a special person who have won their battle against cancer, and to those who we carry on in our hearts who have lost their courageous fight against cancer.
Well, you know, Nancy, we have so many great volunteers here in our valley, and the spirit of volunteerism certainly shows in that particular event. Well, that's something that we would like to start highlighting here on our program. So here we have our volunteer highlight.
Valleywide was very fortunate to pick up this golf course or purchase it from a gentleman named Phil Crockett. And as soon as we purchased the property, the Mormon church here in town stepped up and said, hey, what can we do to help? And we have about 340 members of the Church of Latter-day Saints out here this morning, picking up litter, trimming trees, weed eating, cleaning out the bunkers. You can see behind me the group working on one of the greens. It's the 9th hole.
Good morning, my name is Joe Wojciech, part of the Mormon Helping Hands Project for today. We were asked by Valleywide to help assist with the Echo Hills Golf Course and the reopening of it. They, as you can see today, we have approximately 336 volunteers helping clean up the golf course, removing some of the debris and the shrubs, and removing pine cones from the fairways. And so that's today's project. We also have another project going on today, which I'll let Leon Sarceno talk about.
Yeah, my name is Leon Sarceno, and I'm the Director of the Public Affairs here in Hemet. In addition to this project that we're doing here at Echo Hills Golf Course, we're working over at the Hemet Library. We've got a crew of around 60 to 70 people over there who are removing books from shelves and dusting the books, dusting the shelves, putting the books back in proper order according to the Dewey Decimal System, as I understand it. And I'm pretty sure they're having a good time. This is truly a community effort. We sent out notices to all the clergy in town, and I'm pretty sure we've got a lot of people who aren't members of our church doing a good work here today as well. And we're grateful for their help too.
Hi, my name is Tom Wilson. I'm a member of the Hemet San Jacinto Exchange Club, and we're out here today cooking lunch for all these folks that are volunteering for the community. I think there's somewhere around 350 people from the Latter-day Saints Church, and the Exchange Club does fundraising in the Valley, primarily goes to Friends of Valleywide, and then Friends of Valleywide then contribute to projects that Exchange Club is working on. that Valleywide is working on. And one thing we've done as Friends of Valleywide is provide the fencing, the money for the fencing around this park today. And as an exchange club, we feel it's valuable to support Valleywide because the efforts of Valleywide reach all the folks in the community, young to old, and it's a great effort. And we're really proud to be out here to be able to serve lunch and support this group of folks that have given their Saturday morning to come out and clean up this golf course and return it to the community, and the asset that it has become is going to be fantastic.
The golf course is going to be returned as a golf course, and it's not only going to be a golf course, it's also going to be Frisbee golf. Come here, Gustavo. And we have one of Valleywide's employees that is a big Frisbee golfer, and this is not what's going to happen to the golf course. No. It's going to be a higher expectation.
Higher expectation than this.
So
yes.
We'll have special events. We'll have kids golf out here. We'll have senior golf. We'll have for everybody in the community. So this is just not going to be a golf course. It's going to be a place to meet and be a place to basically enjoy nature because it's a beautiful site. We want to thank not only the Mormon Church, but we also want to thank the Exchange Club and the members of the community. And I think that they've wrapped their hands around this project, and this is what Hemet needs. Hemet needs the community to come together, clean up, and have a great facility for the future.
Same friends since I was a little kid. But this year, some of them started playing with these other kids. I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's cool making new friends and all, but they weren't like us. They were, you know, different. And I heard my big brother saying some pretty bad stuff about people like them. But they seemed pretty cool, and we had a pretty good time. So, well, maybe my brother doesn't know everything.
Hey, Carlos, come on, we need you. Don't be afraid. Be a friend.
And welcome back to the Valley Connection. And I'm with my dear longtime friend, Toby Mort. And you've been in the Valley since, what, 1972?
Yes.
And you have a big background in finance. And we're going to be talking about some finance issues. And first thing we're going to talk about is, of course, on everybody's mind, the economy. What's going on, Toby?
Well, I guess I'm always positive about things.
Yes, you are.
We reach a point in time where there's always a term used in the last recession was called rational exuberance. It's one of those terms that hits the news media. But really what it is people indulge in too much profit taking. They don't make sense out of what is going on. They don't caution themselves. And if you'll notice that in most recession, it's a banking problem, which they call a Wall Street problem, but generally it starts with the banking industry in some form. And the last time we had this in the 1999-2000 era, then when we started again in 2008, it was because of the abuse of mortgages and the abuse of lending. And very often it has to do with greed. And that's what puts us in the positions that we get into, Nancy. And you know,
that's where we are, huh?
Yeah, right.
What do you see? I mean, do you think, I know I ask you this every time. I know you don't have a crystal ball, but if you did.
Well, we're slowly working out of it. There were a lot of things that people didn't like to do, like supporting the car companies. They didn't want government loans. But you have to look at the literally thousands of people that would have been out of work if that hadn't been done. Now, not all of those are paid back, but many of them are. Supporting the financial system through the banks, you know, the bank loans that were given by the government to keep them stable. Really, that's the government's job. The government is there to support and stabilize the economy. If they don't do that, then they're really not doing their job. And a lot of people don't like that. They think that that's a bad thing. In the long run, it's kept things much more stable than it might have been. I don't think anybody who lived through the recession of 10 years back from 1932 on would have been comfortable in this era if that had happened again. That's not to say it isn't bad. But you know, there's two thoughts and two philosophies. If you're still working and your neighbor is out of a job, it's a recession. If you're both out of a job, it's a depression. So that's kind of where, and you know, it's kind of what's happened. And a lot of the communities where tax dollars were used to pay people in the form of a welfare system, those are the states that have been hurt much more than other states. There's many places in the Midwest did quite well. Even through this time. You know, and I can probably name several of them, but California, Nevada, probably Florida, some parts of Texas, New York, that were very heavy into welfare dollars, always hurt because the tax dollars dropped drastically in a recession.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about retirement, because I know that's on some people's mind.
Well, it's not on my mind yet, but I guess.
No, I know, in the future. But what are some things that you should look for in retirement? I mean, what investment-wise, what should we do
Well, you
given
need
this
to start
economy?
early if you're really serious about retirement, and I think many people don't think about it until they get into their late 50s often, or early 60s, and they say, goodness, I'm only 3 years away from 65.
Help!
You know, yeah, right. You know, well, it's really too late.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you need 20 to 25 years minimum to begin to put a program together for retirement. The best retirements you can do are starting with your own employer. If they have some kind of a retirement plan, you need to be investing to the max that they will allow you to do. Many of the educational areas, the school districts, have great retirement programs for their people. STRS and PERS, you know, a couple of those, and then the bigger companies that do actually have retirement programs. But you can also do things like your own personal IRA. Those are places that you can put money away, and it can grow for you tax deferred until you want to start to take it out. But you've got to begin to do those things early in your career. It's something that's, well, let me throw out an idea. People in their 40s right now are going to need about $3.5 million of something that's producing income to be able to retire comfortably. And people just don't think in those kind of terms, you know. But that's what they need to do.
It's a real discipline, I know.
Yes, it
to
is.
do it.
Yep, it
Save
is.
for the future. Toby, unfortunately, we are out of time. I know it's hard to believe. But as you know, we will have you on again,
Well,
okay?
I enjoy it, Nancy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
having me.
being with us. We'll be right back with more of the Valley Connection after this. And welcome back as we close the show. And we would like to thank you for joining us this month.
Oh, yes, this was a great, great show. And folks, we have a brand new thing going on our website. You know, you can always get to us at www.thevalleyconnection.net. We have community photos. So if you're out at a community event, you know what? Watch for our cameras. And guess what? You can go to the internet, and I bet you might catch yourself.
You might do that.
Yeah.
And we have a big celebration because we have a new addition to the Hernandez household. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so very much. Yes, little Alejandra Mercea was born last month, and we are just so thrilled. She is a doll and just a wonderful member of the new family.
A Cinco de Mayo baby.
A Cinco de Mayo baby, that's right.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And thank you again for watching us, and please join us again next time for more of
The Valley Connection.